Hello, and welcome again to Always Off Brand, where we take e-commerce, we break it down, we simplify it, and we make it a bucket load of fun. Joining me today is our mastermind producer and co-host leader, Scott Oshman.
Good morning, Hayley Brucker in the news. It's so fun to have you open. We got to do that more often. You're so good at it. Hayley Brucker in the news. I mean, you're just born to be in front of a microphone. You really are.
You know, I do like that. Yes, I like being in front of the microphone. I don't like the YouTube thing where I'm unfiltered and I look at the troll all the time.
Sorry about I don't know who to blame the YouTube thing about. Podcast used to be just audio. It was so fun. Our first 4 years of this was just audio. It was great. We are missing one of our teammates, the great Summer Jubileer.
Oh,
she is not able to join us this morning, and we'll hear the story next time.
Oh, let's just say everybody's fine.
Yeah,
Summer
we have a
great
word. Everyone's fine.
Everyone's fine.
But there's a great Yiddish word that I grew up with called mishigas. And mishigas just means, just hair on fire, just shit's going. It's just crazy, just absolute life. It's really life. Just mishigas. And she's got a lot of mishigas.
Oh my gosh. 2 boys and the husband and the hockey players. Yeah, we'll get the whole story next week. But, speaking of Yiddish words, I learned a new Yiddish word.
Did you really?
From a friend of mine who is not Jewish. She just, in conversation the other day, she said, Hayley, it's just kismet.
Kismet's not Jewish, is it? It's not Yiddish?
I Googled it. It said it was.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I grew up with Yiddish. My mother's mother didn't speak anything else but Yiddish, so I had a lot of Yiddish in my life, and I never knew kismet was a Yiddish word. Are you serious right now? I thought you were going to be like, I heard a new Yiddish word. It was schlep, or it was like oy vey, which now is just like nomenclature. Everyone says those things.
You know what? Google says it is, and it can refer to fate or destiny.
I agree.
I learned that word. So have you heard that word before?
Of course, I've heard that 100 times.
Okay, I had never heard that word in my life.
It's when I met you, Hayley Brucker in the news. It's like with kismet. When I met your lovely husband, Matthew.
How many years ago was that?
Oh, I don't know. It's a long time. Over 10. Probably 15, maybe. I don't know.
15 years, something like that. Yeah. We've been married almost 18 years now. So
then you know what? That answers it, because I remember talking to your husband that literally like the day after he met you. And then like 6 days later, he's like, we're getting married. I'm exaggerating, but it was not
6 days later.
I remember I was in REI all the time at that time. I'm like, hey, what's up? Because I'm getting married or something like that. Or I might have talked to him afterwards. So yeah, I've known you 18 years.
Yeah, that's a long time, Scott.
But I've known him longer.
Yeah. Look at all we've been through together.
Speaking of kismet, we got 2 superstars coming on right now. Okay. I threatened to have them back when we had their colleagues on, the sales superstars, Kelly and Keith on. But let's start the music. Let's get this baby going. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I don't even know how to. As Dave Letterman says, they need no introduction or whatever you want to say. Ladies and gentlemen, they started this thing. They are the couple, the power, the dynamic duo, okay? The Desire Company. She went to Coca-Cola, did a couple things. She did a couple things. He built a music empire. They said, God, you know what? Video kind of sucks. Influencer, we think we got something different, okay? Let's get this thing together. Let's bring to the YouTube stage. It's the Sheinkops. It's Judith, Levey, Sheinkop, and Eric Sheinkop.
Whoa.
Whoop, whoop.
It's the best intro ever. Thank you, Scott. Thank
you.
It
is. Can I just pick up on something you all just said?
Yeah.
Sure.
So, Yiddish word.
Yes.
That is even better than kismet. Beshert.
Mm-hmm.
Beshert, right?
Beshert.
Actually means a similar thing. It's like meant to be, but it's like fully Yiddish. So
yes, that is a good one. Yes.
I learned another new word. Look at that.
You're Meshugana. These are all really good ones. The M ones are very good because they got 3 syllables. There are a lot to it. That's a great one. Beshert is actually
one of
fantastic.
my faves.
Or a mensch. You're just such a mensch. You're just such
Yeah.
a good person. You walk the lady across the street. You're just so good.
That's the best. That's the best compliment you could be given.
Yes.
Exactly. I said that to a friend and he goes, "Oh my God, that was like the meanest thing you've ever said. That sounds terrible." I'm like, "No, I just gave you the greatest compliment."
Yeah.
A real mensch.
Okay, you guys. Wow. So apparently you guys are married and have children and run a company.
Woo.
Yeah.
And we
Now,
still love each other. That's
even
the
better.
punchline. That's the punchline. Yeah.
last time when we had Eric on, Judith, it's so nice to meet the real, again,
Yeah.
the better half, as we like to say.
Mhm.
It's like he told us a story, or maybe I saw this on something, how you guys met. So we're gonna travel past that. I said this, and I've said this 100 times. I tried to work with my wife when we were early in our marriage, and it lasted. I don't even know if we got to 2 weeks because we wanted to kill each other, and we basically came to the decision like that's not a good idea. And if we want to actually stay married, we need to stop that. So we did. How and Hayley, listener, is saying what you're saying. Yes.
Oh no, I was just like supporting you and Aaron needed to like.
Oh yeah. It just, we are oil and
That was
water
my-
in a good way, but not in a working way. So
Yeah.
as we try to do, this is an e-commerce show. Let's start with a topic called how do you run a company and be married at the same time? Judith, let's talk to you first. We've heard from Eric. I mean, he's on his tap expert thing. He's all over the place.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you think it's a coincidence that we're not in the same state right now?
No, Eric's in Florida. Are you in the home office?
I'm in Georgia. Yeah, I'm in Atlanta,
okay.
Georgia. So, I think what I would say to everyone as kind of and it's not even the secret to our success, but I think it's one of the main dynamics is that we're very, very different. So Eric is the quintessential entrepreneur, right? He is the visionary. He's the big idea guy. Legitimately, Eric sees the world like no one I've ever met in my life. It's something that right? I can't fathom what it's like to be in his brain. And I don't really have to.
Yeah.
And so he brings that, right? Whereas I'm very operational, I'm very practical. I'm about taking that idea and putting it into practice and making it into a business that's going to work. And so when you have such unique skills that are also extremely complementary, it works because you're not treading over each other, right? He can't do what I do. I can't do what he does. So a lot of the conflict, I think, in both in marriage and in work relationships comes from kind of this tug of war, which is, well, I'm right and you're wrong. When I can't be right about what he's thinking because I can't think like that. And he can't be right about how I'm implementing it because his brain doesn't work that way. So that mutual respect of, I know he's got this. I know that he is going to build the best possible company based on the vision in his head. And he knows that I am going to be able to respect that vision and bring it to life.
Yeah, but don't you tell him like, Eric, I mean, didn't you just stop with this crazy
all
shit.
the time.
You're crazy.
You're
I have,
crazy.
Yeah. Go on, Eric. What were you going to say?
I have bruises on my legs from her squeezing my knee under the table, being like, "Stop talking" when we're on meetings.
Yeah. That's why this is so great that we're not in the same place. I can speak.
Yeah.
I can speak.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, of course. And I think that's also look, this isn't just what is it? Roses and what's the phrase?
It's not rainbows, roses.
Rainbows and roses, right?
Yeah,
I mean, look, we have our
marriage. It's marriage.
It's
Marriage is freaking hard as shit.
It's so hard. It's so hard. Look, it's not all rainbows and flowers and roses and everything. And we have 3 kids. I mean, there's a lot going on in our lives. We will have our conflict for sure. We will have our disagreements. And yes, Eric has a new idea probably every minute of the day. And I have to sometimes be like, I can't, right? Like I can't take it to somebody else. Write it down.
Right? See, Eric, I was the dreamer. I was the guy, and Eric, you can call me anytime and just be like, and I'll be right with you though. I will see if you
Yeah, I
need
know
somebody
that's the
with-
problem. Just keep
That's the
on
problem. I'll
building.
be like, oh my God, yes, absolutely. 10 times over. Do it.
Yeah,
My
no,
husband
I
is
mean,
also the dreamer. I'm like,
Yes.
let's,
Yeah.
and then I'm more like, hey, Cole,
You
hold
need
on.
the realist. For every dreamer, there needs to be a realist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, we joke about this because Aaron's like the dream crusher, but you need a dream crusher. You absolutely need, and I say that with love in my heart, because if it wasn't for her, my wife, my dream crusher, oh my God, I'd be in a paper bag right now. I would be, God knows what would happen to me.
Hold on. Why are we calling them a dream crusher?
That's what they are.
Oh, Scott.
When you're in the heat of the vision in the moment, when you're dreaming about how big, I thought Karen Company, I had, it was a skyscraper. We're going to have our name on top of a skyscraper. Okay. So realist is probably a better term.
When you're dreaming
Yes,
of a
let's be kind
failure,
here.
when you are dreaming of a failed venture, then you need someone to come in and say, reality check.
Yeah.
You already got a
Yes.
great thing going on.
That's probably too
Yes.
hard. So I'll probably have to cut that out. That's bad.
No, I think it's fine. I just,
No, believe me, I'm the same. I have other terms she calls me. I don't think we should go there.
I like the dream crusher. I like that idea. You got a dream catcher and a dream
Yeah.
crusher.
Yeah.
It's good.
But I'm saying it's not. So this is, I am so picking up what you're putting down, because this is what's necessary in business partnerships and business relationships. This is just life. You need somebody who's going to push, but you need somebody who's going to go, that's great. And again, she was always supportive. She was just like, you go, like, that's great. But here's the reality. Here's how much we have in our checking account today.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
It
So
also
Judith-
What's that have to do with
Sorry, go on.
anything?
I was going to say it also totally depends on the extent to which he's expecting my involvement, right? If
Yeah.
you want to go off and you want to dream and you want to do it all by yourself, you go knock yourself out, right?
Yeah.
But if you want me to do anything about it, then I have to be bought into it. And if I'm not bought into it, you're on your own.
Yeah.
So
Hayley,
how many times did Eric have to sell this idea of the partnerships, this desire company that you guys have started and are absolutely killing it? How many times did he present this idea to you and you're like, hold on a minute? Or was it just like a shoe-in?
It has been a journey. And what I will tell you is where we started is not where we are today. I think that's a common story you'll find from entrepreneurs is there's an idea, a seed of an idea. And that, has to go into market to be validated before you can create a business. Now, I think you'll agree with me, Eric, when I say he didn't have to do much persuasion because I believed in him. I believe really in whatever Eric thinks is going to work. We'll make it work. I believe in me and I believe in him. And I believe that partnership would deliver something brilliant. So, and I was ready for a change. I've been at Coca-Cola 14 and a half years when I left I left the cozy corporate world of, I had a fun job, right? I was doing PR. I was working on things like World Cups and Olympics and big global campaigns, traveling around the world. But at the same time, I was ready for something new and a challenge. And the last thing I ever wanted to be was an entrepreneur. But I also had 2 kids at the time. And I liked the idea of having control of my schedule and being able to be at all that. I'd just come off of missing my daughter's breakfast of champions because my flight home from Hong Kong from a business trip was delayed. And I had to FaceTime and see it on FaceTime. And that hits you hard, right? As a mom, you're like, my career meant I couldn't be there for that moment for her. And so I was in a very emotionally delicate moment when he's like, hey, do you want to start a business together? And I was like, you know what? That sounds like I believe in you. It could work. And I can be present when I need to be for the kids. So there were a lot of things at play.
Listener, I just got to add one thing to that, Judith. He's done it before. That also matters because he did it before. He took nothing literally out of dust.
Yeah.
And he created this unbelievable thing, which, Google him, kids. ChatGPT him, all right? Ask Chit Chatty about Eric Sheinkop, and you'll figure out that. So I think that's a lot, Eric, right? You came into this, you'd already been through the roller coaster. You had yes, we're dreamers, but we also understand that there is going to be some sad shit going on. Like it's not easy.
Yeah.
It's hard. You're
It's not easy.
You're going to have roller coaster moments, big highs, big lows, right?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. But I think one of the things that we had going for us is Judith and I worked together. When I sold part of the company to Coca-Cola, that's how I met Judith, and she media trained me, and we worked together for a long time. So she knew what was possible. Like she would come to our office back in the day when she was at Coke, and I would always be in there, and Coke set us up with an office in Atlanta in the headquarters, and she saw it come to life in a really big way. And so she knew it was possible. Like you could take this dream and you could do something big. But at the same time, because we worked together, we were able to start our partnership with such a mutual respect that it was very different than I think starting as husband and wife and then starting a business. We started as not necessarily coworkers, but we were working together.
Yeah.
And I had an incredible respect for Judith's expertise. So it was very easy to kind of just bring that into now when we were the first and only 2 employees for a long time, that's a little different and that's difficult. And Judith saying like, okay, I did the strategy, who's going to implement it? And I was like, what do you? And she wasn't used to that necessarily, but we got here.
Okay. Boy, we really buried the lead. For anybody who's not in our little zone, the Desire Company, we've had you on. We have the orb of our 2 worlds have collided many times. You have Chris Perry on. You had Carrie Masters on. You have Ash McMullen on. We'll talk about her in a second. What the hell is the Desire Company? I had Kelly and Keith on talking about this. What is this cockamamie idea you had years ago?
Yeah. So we do very specific type of content for each part of the customer journey, video primarily, with experts. So instead of influencer content, we get an expert like Hayley, who has a ranch and horses and chickens, and we met on this show, and I think it was like a couple of weeks later we had you doing a chicken coop review.
Yeah,
because you guys had just signed the deal with Tractor Supply, and we're doing
that's
a lot of videos for them now.
Yep. So we match experts with products. They test them, they use them, and then we get their honest feedback, opinions on what they think of the products. And they tell people in these videos how to use it, why they like it, who it's recommended for, what are the results that you could expect. And, luckily they perform exceedingly well. Our videos are outperforming any other type of content in terms of engagement, time on site, and sales, and also a reduction in return, which is really important. So it's great. You'll see, Hayley was on CTV and, sponsored ads and the website, Tractor Supply, product pages. So it's really cool.
It's so fun.
But Judith, when he pitched you about this company, before in reading your story again, Summer's not here, so she yells at me, but you saw this guy, you were into a passionate thing in the music thing. You were in Chicago, whatever. And then you basically, I mean, again, this is my interpretation of the story. A light bulb hit you and you're like, why aren't these people getting paid? You saw the mist, you saw the giant ocean of opportunity. Judith, when he pitched this idea, what was the impetus of like, hey, nobody's doing this, and there's a massive need for this? What was the linchpin? When did your light bulb go off?
So when I was at Coke, I started our first ever global influencer program, and we called it Love Coke. And the notion was we wanted to reward the loyalty of celebrities who were genuine, authentic customers of the brand, right? So when they were out and about, they'd be pictured drinking Coca-Cola. And the first person that I signed up for Love Coke was Britney Spears.
Wow.
Now,
I mean, hey now.
but here's the kicker. Here's the punchline on this one. If you rewind back, this was, 20 years ago, I guess. Maybe it wasn't 20 years ago.
No,
Anyway,
it wasn't 20 years
it was a while ago. It was like 10 years ago. 10 years ago. She had just come off a multi-year Pepsi deal.
Ooh.
So can you imagine pitching that to your senior managers, being like, hey, I really think Britney Spears would be great as an inaugural member of Love Coke. Damn, right? Because if you look at when paparazzi would catch her behind the scenes on a video, what was she drinking? She was drinking Coke. So the idea there was that there are genuine, authentic partnerships. There are brands that have fans who are high profile and influential, but people don't get to see that because whoever's writing the bigger check is who has them in their advertising.
Oh, for sure.
And so for me, the light bulb is the notion of these genuine partnerships that are built on the basis of authenticity. Like, Hayley, we couldn't persuade you to love a chicken coop, right? We couldn't persuade you. Like, this is the best thing ever. We don't know. What do I know about chicken coop? Or, and if you didn't genuinely know about it, you wouldn't be able to talk. And because you can attest to, these are unscripted. We're not telling you what to say. This is about you getting a product and saying, yeah, I'm going to test it in the way that I would, and I'm going to tell you what I think of it. And that's what really works for me, is that notion that you can have people who are legitimately, genuinely using a product, telling people who have never used it before why it may or may not be the right product for them.
So basically what I'm hearing, Judith, is Britney Spears basically was the Desire Company before the Desire Company.
Right.
Company?
That's what you're hearing.
Yeah. She basically, so we owe all the success, everything to Britney.
Well, you also can owe it to two unnamed celebrities who were the opposite, right? So, and this is something that I can't reveal names.
No.
I'll tell you. I wasn't under a
No, you
contract.
will not.
No, you can't. See, there you go. That's what I want to get to.
You're gonna get in trouble, Eric.
Yeah.
We had a multi-million-dollar partnership with an unnamed celebrity, and we were sitting in a room with him. He's a he, having a meeting, and he was sitting there with a bottle of Fiji, not a Coke brand, right? And we pressed him, why are you drinking Fiji? Why won't you drink Dasani? And he made some comment about it being the impact on the environment versus his Fiji. At which point we were able to point out the carbon footprint of that Fiji. But the point was, it was this, and he would never dream of drinking Coca-Cola. So, but yet he was willing to take the check. And
of course.
And so that was a completely inauthentic partnership. And that doesn't work, because at no time during a press interview will he ever organically talk about Coca-Cola or drink a Coca-Cola. He'll never be pictured drinking a Coca-Cola. So what's the point?
Show me.
There was another one where, and I won't say the name, but one of the
most. Eric, we don't want to get you in trouble on this particular podcast. Jesus, you have a whole life to get in trouble.
I know. Judith was on the call. I was on the call as well, and it was the manager of one of the most famous musicians who's been around for decades. And she was like, we're doing a big launch this Christmas, and Coca-Cola owns Christmas. Let's do a partnership together. And Judith, I think, was at the end of she was just kind of done with the whole celebrity thing. And she was like, let me ask you one question. Does she drink Coca-Cola? And the manager said, no, but she's happy to say she does.
Yeah.
And Judith just, she looked kind of defeated, and she was like, yeah, no, I think we need to find somebody who does. And that was unheard of. Managers and these brand marketers and everybody, they don't care. They just want the big name. So the fact that Judith was able to, say it's just not right, it needs to be authentic. That's what the Desire Company was based on.
Yeah.
It was really that moment. I remember sitting at that table with you, and her disappointment in the way marketing worked. That is all fake. It's all paid for.
Man, are we seeing that like more. I mean, there's two sides of the spectrum, right? We because of social media, TikTok, and everything, we're seeing this extreme, wonderful part where authenticity is like just so raw. Like you can't beat it. Everybody knows it. And then on the other spectrum, we have every celebrity. I'm a big sports guy. You have every athlete who's got a vodka brand, a gin van, a tequila brand. Like you have all these things. Like, come on, man, you don't like that shit. We know you don't like that shit. Just somebody. That's how you, to their credit, tip the cap to them. That's how you build equity. They were getting checks. Now they actually own it.
Right. Which I think is another conversation about, that's for another podcast too. But I do think there's another thing at play here too, that I also feel really passionate about, which is expertise. So, there's two parts to the Desire Company kind of secret formula, which is one is the authenticity between that person and the product. There's also the expertise that they bring to the table. Now, I feel very passionate about this as a mother of three, especially with two teenage daughters who are following influencers and TikTokers and all the things. And they're following people who arguably, if the social media, big platforms go away tomorrow, would probably be unemployed. Because their skill set has been built on content creation, which, by the way, I have a respect for. I think that people that are able to create compelling content that drives lots of views is a skill.
This is what we're doing right now, Judith.
Right? Well, exactly.
I mean, humble brag, but I mean, we
are going to go viral.
I mean, we have 17 to 23 faithful 49. I mean, we got everything.
You got it all. Got all the ingredients, right?
I feel like that's so risky though. And you're right. People are not going to college right now. They're like, I want to grow up and be an influencer. They're starting in their teens and then they're just kind of rolling into it as they're into adulthood. But with the cancel culture that we live in right now, I feel like it's really risky. And I am the one who I need the steady paycheck. I need to know what's next. And if I get laid off, okay, well, my skill set is ecom, right? Okay, I can go find another ecom job, maybe. But anyways, long story short, I just feel like it's really risky. And for the expert voices though, that's solidified. I love horses. I love chickens. I have those things in my life. That doesn't make me an influencer. It makes me an expert voice. So I don't know. I think cancel culture kind of just puts everyone at risk there a little bit more.
Yeah, but I also think that it's so important for this generation that's coming up now to understand that they should be building skills. They should be building expertise. And so that if I don't believe that social media is about to go away tomorrow, but I do believe that it evolves. We don't know what tomorrow is going to bring and what the platforms are going to have. And and so, you need a plan B. You need a job that's going to pay you that gives you a unique skill set that doesn't rely on you having a following. And again, that's what I got really passionate about for the Desire Company, is that we reward that. If you have an expertise in the real world and you've honed your craft and built your skills, then you have a home at the Desire Company. And that's something we're so proud about. I don't think, Hayley, we probably never asked you how many followers you had. And if we did, it wasn't exactly. You could have no social media following, and you are very valuable to us because of what you do in the real world.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm going to take a quick break because you've created a new currency called expertise in my brain. We're going to take a very quick break. When we come back, all this, the henfluencer. When we come back, you're going to hear, listener, and you might see it on the YouTube channel. Hayley Brucker in the news turned chicken coop expert. Hey, Scotty O here. Today's episode, and actually the entire show, is brought to you by Quickfire. And who is Quickfire? We don't really do a good job of telling you who Quickfire is. Well, it's who I work for, actually. It's a full digital commerce agency, and we do all the stuff, right? We do social, we do search, we do e-commerce, we do everything. We're a Shopify site. We got you. And guess what? We have capacity, okay? We've got some room to grow. So check us out. We're very small, nimble. We all come from brands, right? We are manufacturers. That's how we think. That's how we do forecasting, budget planning. Everything is from the brand side. Because guess what? Quickfire, we're more brand than agency. We have flat pricing. Just boom, monthly, flat, here it is. We do the work. That's it. Super simple. We have no big contracts. We don't mess with that. 30 days, you like us, great. We don't like you, great. Whatever. You're in and out. Nobody's tied to some big thing. QuickFireNow.com. You can email info@QuickFireNow.com to find out more. Back to the show.
A dependable quality coop for your chickens. I've been in farm management as long as I can remember, taking care of horses and chickens and everything in between. But for me, it's a priority to keep my flock safe. And that's why I choose Producer's Pride.
This is the part, ladies and gentlemen. I'm stopping it right now. This is the first of 2 projects that Hayley Brucker, the Henfluencer, did, and the assembly was so poignant to me. It was amazing.
First, let's make sure we've got all the...
Hold on, let's just look at that shit show right there. Right? I mean, she's got parts everywhere, listener, and you know what? She dials it in. She knows exactly how to fix it. She knows
and
how
my
to.
dogs were everywhere. We ended up having to lock my dogs away in a horse stall because they were just in the way, and
They were excited to be on camera.
Yeah.
This is just, we won't
It's
play
their
the whole
moment to shine.
You get the
pieces. Lay everything out and match it with the manual to avoid surprises later. Let's start with the framework.
This is just, it's wonderful.
it was
that
also wicked cold that day, and the wind was blowing like, I don't know what kind of storm we were getting. It was a sunny sky, but it was so windy. They were having a little trouble with the audio, but they nailed it. Like, the teams are fabulous, and I don't know where you guys find your teams of people, because from my experience, and tell me how you find them, but they're local to that region, and they're local experts, like the sound guy or the video guy, camera guy, whatever you call it. I don't know anything about it, but it's really neat. Tell me how you find the local network of the team.
Yeah, so our producers are always the same. Those are in-house for us. Our directors, our producers, everything in pre-production and post-production, all of that is on staff. But the camera guys, the sound guys, we hire them wherever we are. But because we have this proprietary process that's really truly backed in science and neuroscience, it's a repeatable process anywhere that we go. We could film anywhere in the world, and we do film daily now.
Wow.
And it all looks the same, it comes out the same, and it gets the same results, which are pretty incredible.
Well, let's talk about let's expand on our networking question here. All right. How are you building your network of brands and partnerships now? Is it word of mouth still? Are you advertising? How are you building?
Yeah. So the best thing in the world for us is retail media. So we have partnered with the retailers, and they sell our product to all of the brands that they carry. So how it started was I spoke at a conference in 2020, like right before the shutdown, and Best Buy was there, and Best Buy saw, and they invited me out to their headquarters. So we went out there like 2 weeks before the shutdown. But now, every single day we have Walmart and Sam's Club and Tractor Supply and Best Buy and all of these retailers selling our product to every single brand that they carry. So it's just coming in. And as Judith was saying, I think she was saying it during the break though, like, we thought that our solution was only good for things that had an on-off switch, is what we used to say, like things that you would plug into the wall or that had an on-off switch. But now we're doing flooring, we're doing sinks, we're doing chicken coops, we're doing horse vitamins, we're doing dog food, we're doing M&Ms, we're doing L'Occitane, the best beauty brands in the world. And that's the thing. Like, we're doing content for Google and Fitbit and Sony and Bose, and it's like the top brands in every single category now. We get to say our clients, which is beautiful.
So how did you originally convince these retailers about your product? Like, this is a need. How did you convince them?
We said, just try it, just put it up there, A/B test it, and that's the difference. Like,
and I
sorry.
No, wait, hold on. Judith just interrupted Eric. This is fantastic.
I know, but usually it's the other way around. I don't want to be the first.
We're doing a scoreboard out of this. So that's one for Judith, one for Judith. Go ahead, Judith.
Did I go? Okay. So the other thing was when we first started, we were very focused on product page content. And at the time, and still, the way that the content is integrated onto the product page is in the image carousel. So the lift was super small. It was existing inventory that was unmonetized because it currently just hosted an image of the product or a brand video or something. And so it was a very easy way to say, just try it. And if it doesn't work, then, no loss. But when they do put it in there and they see the uplift, then from there we grow.
Is the yard crew back?
Yeah, I was about
This
to
is
say,
hilarious.
I can't believe it. But I've been seeing them on the Ring cameras. They're surrounding Judith right now.
Can you hear them a lot?
I can hear the blowers.
It's so good. I love it. It's a good.
What's funny is the last time we had Eric on, the yard guys were there.
Yeah, I know. That was so great.
How often do they come to your house?
They're there every day.
Just on a
Just-
Friday.
Yeah, what we got to do our next one not on a Friday, but yeah.
Well, that's our fault. We
great.
only do this on
Great.
Friday. Okay,
You
let's
do
get.
not have to be on mute. It's fine. Like,
No,
we're
you.
just
Yes, we
rocking.
love it. We love it. It's a great.
Always
time.
on.
They're right out my
For a reason.
window right now.
Yeah, that's exactly what
That's
happened.
what
to Eric
happened last time.
See, we.
Yeah.
OMG.
Okay, let's get into, like you said, let's get in some case studies about Desire Company, because you're right. You started on the product detail page, but then it's grown. Retail media is blown up. All these retailers are grabbing. Again, they show me the money. They're grabbing the margin, which is good for them. Talk about some use cases. Obviously, our friend Ash McMullen, Advantage Health, has used you. That was one of the first things. You have more and more and more and more. So where are you really, when you walk into a new brand, I mean, you're like, bam, this is the first slide.
Yeah, I mean it's incredible. At first we were just being used to more time on site. That's what the retailers wanted. They just wanted people to stay on that page so that they weren't going to Google to look for other information on that product. We were given that third-party expertise directly at the point of sale, and that was keeping people on the page. So we were really valuing ourselves on, we'll get people to stay on your page longer. But now we could see in any A/B test, once you put our video in, sales skyrocket. And that's what we saw with Ash. So Ash, with Advantage Health, I think it was we did a bunch of products for them, but Triple Paste was one that they had up for Prime Day in July, and without our content, and then they added our content, and the sales went, I mean, skyrocketed, and you could see it immediately. And that's the beautiful thing with Rev Air, which is another case study that we're putting out right now. It's a reverse hair dryer, so it takes a lot of explanation. And we got a dermatologist, a doctor, to talk about what it does for your scalp and everything else. And when they used our videos, it was not we were originally reading it as it was a 10% lift. It is not a 10% lift. It's a 10x lift in sales.
Hey now.
Yeah.
10 times more sales just by adding our video.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So it's incredibly profitable. It's incredibly profitable for the brand. We're a massive profit center for retailers now. Like, we have some retailers who are making $1 million a week off of our offering.
Is that good?
That's awesome. That's awesome. Needs to be more for my liking, but we're getting there.
Can I just add, really, people, if you're listening to this, I sold to retailers for 20 years, some of the biggest in the world, whatever. The fact that you cracked the retailer nut on this, that you got that also is extraordinarily impressive, because these people don't spend money. It takes 18 billion years to get anything approved, to take any risks. This is just so, I'm just tip the cap. So awesome.
Yeah, thank you. And I mean, but now it's like, look, this company makes $1 million a week just by sending out an email with our content.
Drop the mic. You're done. Your
right.
work is done here. Walk away.
Yeah. And it's like, well, you try it. And they're like, okay, well, yeah, we'll give it a shot. And it just works. And everybody's always shocked. They're like, wow. Like, let's.
Oh yeah, my nephew Joey's got an iPhone. He can do some magical things, right?
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Hey, I don't need your stuff, expert boy. Okay. I got little Junior over here.
Well, it's so
Mhm.
funny that so many people tried to like say it was ridiculous that we were shooting with real cameras and everything because everybody has an iPhone now. And like
Yeah.
at the time, social content and UGC content was the only thing that you would see. And we said this, we want to do something different. We want to do something more meaningful. We want to really educate and create a brand that people could trust and rely on. And that's why our logo is on every single piece of content that we create. Like you'll be watching television commercials and see our content and CTV and ads, and it's become something that customers could actually rely on for education.
Well, I don't know if you know the people, first of all, well-timed, Eric. Again, I'm sure it's been a good fight and it's a bootstrapping and you two looking at each other going, how are we going to actually do this? Which is
Ugh.
so relatable. But I'm telling you, we are sitting upon the precipice, great word, by the way,
Mhm.
on the democratization of actual commercial advertising video form. Like you 3 years from now, I am telling you, because of what Amazon's doing, because of the publishing space, because of connected TV, the CTV, because of the inventory opening, and you have companies, Mountain, MTN, who's
Mhm.
trying to aggregate video across things, you're going to have brands their ability to do high quality video advertising like you've never done before. So shout out again. God, can I just hitch a wagon? Hayley and I mean, is there coattails somewhere in Atlanta, Chicago?
Well,
I don't know. God damn it.
Haley's on board.
Yeah.
I
You got to get on
know.
board,
Listen,
Scott. We
and
got
I
Haley's
don't
a
know.
free agent, so
yeah,
So you
yeah.
need to be an expert on a microphone. We need to get you a microphone deal because things
or
aren't going
headphones,
so well
Yeah,
over
I was gonna
there,
say
right?
we've got headphones, we've got
Headphones,
mics.
headphones,
microphones.
I
You know
love
microphones.
what?
I mean, so do you play the drums in the
I
background
do.
there?
I've played the drums my whole life.
Yeah,
So I was
got
6
to
years
get you
old.
some.
I
Got to
also
get you
really
some
like
drums.
plants, like
Right.
gardening.
I know. So I do play-by-play. We have a big high school playoff game. I've done 14 years of play-by-play, over 500
Nice.
games. Let's go. I can
Yeah.
talk
Oh,
about
really? I
that.
mean, honestly, we
Nobody
Yeah.
needs that skill,
Yeah.
but whatever. Okay, let's not make this about me. Wait, let's make this about me. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so let's put us behind. Okay, don't tell Kelly and Keith we did this. You've just talked about these gaudy numbers, but put us behind when you're sitting there and a retailer, a brand, they're like, this sounds cool, but how it's going to cost a lot of money. I don't know if I'm going to get sign off. Like, take us behind the scenes. What do the emails look like? I mean, how do you close the deal?
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, at first, I I was giving it away. Literally, I was like,
Mhm.
I will pay for it, and just put it on your website, and watch what happens. Literally, like.
Judith, what did you think about that process? What did you think about that?
Gotta
Just
believe.
giving it away.
They
How'd
had
that
2
go?
kids to feed and
Yeah.
a house,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
whole things.
Oh no, Eric, we're gonna go spend a bunch of money. You just give it away. It's fine.
Yeah.
There was a time back there where it all got a little uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
right?
Of
Because you're
course.
Yeah.
right. But here's the thing: when you are both in it, that's another part of being married and founders. You will never find harder working founders than a married couple because
That's
you are
true.
so motivated for this thing to succeed. There isn't a thing you're not going to do. There's not a stone you're going to leave unturned in the pursuit of success. And so, I was right there.
Yeah.
And again, it's about the conviction and the belief. There's so many businesses are going to fail. So many, like way more fail than succeed.
Yeah.
And what's the difference? You could say, oh, it's a better idea. It's a more seasoned, founder, but persistence and belief, right? So I gotta stay on that persistence and belief train, which I did. And also that it works. You come down to a shoot, right? And you watch an expert review a product. And by the end of that shoot, you will want to buy that product. And that was when I knew that it was going to work. Because I spent a bloody fortune, excuse my French, on products that I never knew I needed because I'd never heard of them before, but just because we were doing all the jobs, right? So we were the expert managers, we were the on-set runners, we were the producers. I mean, we were the whole thing. So going through that process and being on the sets and hearing experts talking with passion and experience and authenticity about a product, and me at the end of the day, buying that product, I was like, this is going to work. This is going to work.
How many chicken coops do you have?
Well, I was about to say, we've got like
real.
4 chicken coops in the yard now, and we don't even have chickens.
The kids all sleep in one each. I mean, it's amazing.
Okay, back to the behind the scenes again. Jeremy's not going to hate this. Take us back behind the scenes when you're trying to close a deal, Eric.
Yeah.
What's the big moment?
Now?
Mm-hmm.
Now we're
now. This is coming out next Thursday.
I mean, again, it really just comes down to just give it a shot. Just try it. Like, we do very, very small pilots where we're actually losing money sometimes just so they could see. And once they see it, then they're like, oh, okay, this actually works. I will say, and you said it earlier, like the retailers and retail media, I think, are some of the hardest people to speak to and get their attention. And they've got huge numbers. Everybody's behind on their numbers. Everybody is scrambling, and everybody's not looking for like, can I make an extra $1 million this year? They're looking for, can I make an extra $300 million this year? And where can I do that? And when they look at, video, they're like, well, that's not going to do it for me. So we don't get the attention. When we get their time and we get their attention, and now we're starting to get, hit the numbers with these retailers that will get somebody's attention. And the fact that we're working with some of the biggest in the world makes it a little bit easier because they've already done their due diligence. When you start entering the point in a startup where somebody's not going to lose their job for going with us, for giving it for trying, that makes all the difference. Before, it's very hard to get a contract because somebody could lose their job if it doesn't work, and it wastes time, and they're gonna be way behind on numbers if they went with us versus something else and it didn't work out. Now, you got Walmart, you got Sam's Club, you got these big guys, like, they did their due diligence. It's a stamp of approval. It's easier for other people to make the decision.
Yeah, you've got the data to really back that up. Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, now we have data. Before, we just had hopes and dreams. And now we can say, hey, look, this is what works. And because we're working with some of the biggest retailers and some of the biggest brands within some of the biggest retailers, these brands are in multiple retail media networks. So we're at this point where retail media, as you both know, has exploded, right? All these companies are building up these massive media networks that are earning as much, usually more money than their core products are earning for them, certainly higher product margins. And so they're motivated to grow them, and growing them means bringing in new offerings. So there's an open door right now. And it's about us being able to walk into that with that proof and say, well, we already actually work with 10 brands that are already on your shelves. Just put up that content to start with, and then we'll go from there.
I'll tell you the best way that we get into retailers is the brand introduces us.
Yeah.
The brand says, hey, I've used these guys at Best Buy, and I'd really like you to offer their services here.
Yeah.
Yet still the retailer doesn't. So.
Listen, marketing budgets are the first thing that get really held tight to or cut when sales aren't there. So
okay, we got a very important game to play, but I got to ask this question, right? I'm going to go back into New York. Okay, Eric, Judith, you guys are lovely people. You're so cool. I love you both. But seriously, not only do I have my nephew Jimmy who can do this on his phone, but now I got the AI. I got the Chitty Chat. I got the Sora. I got the Mid Journey. I got all the things. I got the banana. I got all the things. Like, I don't need you. What do I need from you? I got the AI. I can tell it prompt. I'm a prompt engineer. What do you guys say to that?
Oh, it's a slippery slope. I gave a speech in LA on Saturday last week. That was about, I think brands are going to disappear because AI makes sense, and every single platform is creating agents to do our shopping for us. Every single retailer is creating bots that you buy from. So we're having bots buy and sell from bots, which removes any emotion from the shopping equation. And if you lose that emotional connection, then there's zero reason why somebody would buy one brand over the other. It just becomes about price, and how fast can it be delivered. Like it's if you're just focused on that, everything is going to be Amazon basics. Everything. So I think that's where we're going to be in the not so distant future. But what we do is, it can't be done with AI, because the one thing AI can't do is tell the truth. It can't.
Shit, Jeremy, clip that right there. Holy shit.
Yeah. And
damn, Gina, hold on.
OMG.
God, we need more.
Yeah. But that, and you could create things on your phone, you could create things with AI, but at the end of the day, what are you doing all of that for? You're doing that to create a better experience for the shopper, for the consumer. And they can't trust it. They don't trust it. It's totally fine for entertainment purposes, but if you're actually trying to make a decision on a vitamin for your horse, you don't want to hear from AI. You want to hear from Hayley, who has horses and has taken care of horses for many, many years. And you want to hear from an expert. You don't want to hear from AI.
Yeah. She's fallen off of horses. I want to hear from her.
Right.
Judith, anything else? I'm glad you're okay.
I think it all comes back to that, what I was saying at the beginning about the importance of that authentic relationship between the person and the product. If you are listening to an AI who's never lived in the real world and has never actually experienced the product for themselves and isn't able to say, I've been using it for 6 months and it's still effective, then you're not getting the answers that you need. And one of the issues that we've had with the influencer marketing is these huge and growing return rates of people buying products on the basis of a recommendation that wasn't built on a personal experience. It was built on a talking point. Right. And so that's the thing that can't be replaced is bye, Eric. See what happens when I'm talking, right?
You have to go to the restroom. Yeah. You need a little timeout. I can relate with that.
Tell housekeeping to go away for a while.
Yeah, I'm much older than Eric, so. But yes, the authenticity
of using a product over a period of time. Because here's the thing about what working with experts does. It doesn't just tell you, oh, I received this product 3 weeks ago and I really like it. A lot of times experts have used these products for years. They understand the wear and tear, they understand the efficacy over time, and they're able to talk from a perspective of, these are things that I know because I've been working in this industry for a long period of time. I have a personal experience. That's something that you can't get anywhere else, right? You can't pay someone to have that opinion, have that life experience. Either they have it or they don't. And so AI can never replace real world experience. And so we feel really good about the need for this to continue to complement the innovations that AI is going to deliver. It's not all bad. Everyone loves, finding the best price and convenience and everything being really fast. But they do still like human relationships. Right.
And I will say I was negotiating with for a late checkout here.
Oh, there you go.
But the other thing is we totally embrace AI from a editing efficiency perspective. Yeah. But we love AI, so it's not all bad. It's just how you use it and what the purpose is.
Okay, we grew up in time, but God, I love you people. So this is my thing. I don't work for Desire Company. I never have. I just met Eric. I don't even remember, a year ago, whatever. I've had Keith, whatever. Here's the bottom line where we are today. Okay. If I'm like, listen, Quickfire does influencer manager for small brands. Quickfire is, and you've said, this isn't an either or in the influencer market. You're not either or, right? You're a complement to that. But here's the thing. And I struggle with this. It is like, there's no ROI. It's like hard to know exactly if I have a set of influencers, I've paid straight cash homie to these influencers, again, doing their job. It is like nobody can sit on a spreadsheet. I spent this and I got back this. It's a little jump of faith. It's a little bit of, you know what I'm saying? It's good. It's important. You get hits, all those things. This is dollar bills, y'all. This is, I spent this, I put it on, and this is the return. It's black and white. And you know who loves that? CFOs. And CFOs run the world.
Yeah.
There you go.
Amen.
Game show time? Is it game show time? Eric, are we good? Are you going to have
Let's do it.
jump out?
Let's do it.
We'll be back with the game show Sweeping the World. What's that keyword?
Hi, I'm Adilsa, founder of Bueno & Co., and you're listening to Always Off Brand.
Finally, a game show nerdier than an Excel V lookup. It's time for What's That Keyword? Here's your host, Hayley on the news.
Oh, this is going to be so fun because Eric and Judith stuck around to play the game show that's sweeping the nation. What's that keyword? All right. Judith, you're new here. I'll lay down the rules.
Yeah.
I am going to give you a product that is sold on Amazon.com. And you guys have to guess the keyword or keyword phrase that converted for this product. So what did the customer type in to buy? Think about it. It could be a little outside the box.
Okay.
All right. Your first product is a TV tray. The old-fashioned foldable couch side TV tray.
I love that. I use that all the time.
Do you? You're
Yeah.
such a boomer.
Thank you.
We have them too. I love them too.
Yeah.
Actually, our daughter just took one to college from our.
Nice. I
Yeah.
love it. All right. Well, come on. What did somebody type in to buy the TV tray?
Probably something like eating in front of the TV solution, or
Oh, you went long tail with that.
Nice.
I think people will. No, do people not go long tail? Is that just me?
No, it's
Okay.
Summer Jubilee. When she's here, she goes on for an hour. She has so many long tail. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I like put in the full description.
Yeah. Yes, you're good.
All right.
Anything
Eric, what do you
from
think?
What would you go?
I mean, I use it for not spilling when I'm watching TV, my drink or my water. So I wonder if there's something there. I don't know what else you could. I don't know. This was a good one.
Dinner tray?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Eric. Scott, you got something?
Yeah.
What you got?
Dinner on my lap.
Eric, did you give us a real answer, or are you still like?
No,
pondering
we were involved in his workshopping in his brain.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
just made
Like
that on
non-spilling.
Non-spilling.
Don't.
All right. Well, we didn't have a winner today for that one. I was looking for gamer food tray.
Oh,
Food tray. Apparently, since they don't get off the couch to stop playing their video games, they just eat right there. So,
Okay.
gamer
that's a
food
new
tray.
way to think. Okay.
All right. Here we go. You've got a second chance here to redeem yourselves.
Okay.
Peel and stick wallpaper.
Oh.
Peel and stick wallpaper.
College bedroom decor?
Ooh.
Oh.
No. Good one.
that was
Very
a really good
topical.
one. Oh,
Very topical. I went with your very specific audience from
Yes.
the previous one.
Temporary interior design.
Ooh, another good one, but no. Scott?
this wall looks like shit.
I was looking for renter wallpaper. Judith,
Oh, I was closest. I would win.
renter wallpaper. All right. Well, we didn't have a winner today, but that was buckets of fun. We'll be right back with the news.
Hey, this is Jason Blum with RTB House. I lead our strategic partnerships team, and thank you for joining Always Off Brand.
Well, that's all been fun and games, but it's that time, the time America has been waiting for. It's time for the news.
All right. Well, not to sound like a broken record here, but we're going to talk about AI. And
No.
how
Is
we
that
are.
a big deal? Is that actually
It's a
something
thing. I guess some people are talking a little bit about it. I don't know, Scott. I can't do the voice like you can do it. Well, last week, newsflash, unless you've been living under a rock, but Amazon is suing Perplexity. They're battling over these AI shopping agents. Now, we've seen a lot of changes within ChatGPT, and now you can prompt and you can check out and all of the things within ChatGPT. Well, Perplexity hasn't been a huge part of that conversation. It's all kind of centered around OpenAI right now because they're the most, I think, widely used by the average Joe. Do you think that's true? I see you nodding. I don't know.
No, the numbers, it's still small in the big picture, but it's just
Yeah.
gaining. It's gaining. it's happening faster than ever, and it's gaining.
Yeah. So they're saying that Comet, who is Perplexity's AI-powered browser assistant, is disguising itself as a human user, mimicking Chrome to access Amazon's site and purchases on behalf of the users. So, all right, let's decode this because that's a lot of words that are in a sentence, and let's break it down. Scott, what does that mean?
It basically, so and we had Scott Wingo on to kind of talk about this.
Yeah.
There's like several stages of this whole agentic thing and how AI is going to change how we do things. And one of them is the browser race, because he makes a good point. When you think about it, we haven't had a disruption in browsers in like 25 years. I mean, it's crazy that it's all
just been Google kind of as the category leader there. Yeah.
Yeah. So it makes sense that, everybody's coming out with a browser. OpenAI came out with their Atlas. Perplexity was one of the first ones to come up with the browser.
Yep. And that's Comet. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think the fact that they are suing them is, I don't know.
Well,
I mean, everybody's going to be suing the shit out of everybody.
No kidding. And, the basis of it is, Amazon's claiming this behavior is unauthorized and covert. Listen, I think if someone puts a prompt into an AI, how do they assume that's going to be a human? How do they assume that's like I don't understand that disconnect there. It's an AI platform. Why would you not get an AI answer?
No, I know. And if it goes where everyone says it's going to go, or bots are talking to bots, agents are talking to agents, and the human element is out of the circle.
Yeah.
Then, I mean, where do we go there? But the funny thing about this is Amazon's made a very clear choice today that they are blocking out all the chitty chats, all the LLMs, all those things. And so, but then they're like, I mean, how do you get around it? If you search anything, Amazon's everywhere.
Right. And that's what Amazon's pissed off about. They're like, wait a minute, hold on. We don't want to show up in there. That's a security risk. Our customers' data.
Bullshit.
Exactly.
I say simmer down, Andrew.
Oh, you need to put him in line. Tell him to sit down. Andrew.
I don't know. I think this is the first of many fights.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And I think at the end of the day, Amazon just wants to own all of their data and they don't want to share. And, if anyone is referencing the Amazon site, they're going to try and put a stop to it. I don't think this is going to go anywhere. Like,
yeah, I mean,
there's
no
way.
We had Danny Silverman on, Scott Wingo, two of the foremost, like the people, these are bigger brains and they're thinking about this. And we had that chart about what's going to happen. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So we went through all this. And Danny said it. It's like, yeah, is it possible that they have a huge Anthropic, another big LLM, their Claude, right? They're big in bed, $10 billion. Could they use that, right, to try to build out their own little chitty chat on Amazon.com? Of course they could.
Yeah.
Sure. Nobody's going to be surprised about that. They have to fix Rufus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Perplexity is just putting their hand up. They're like, hold on. And they're claiming it's corporate bullying. I'm like, yeah, it probably is. Because AWS just partnered with OpenAI, and we've got those two playing well in the sandbox together all of a sudden. So Perplexity is like over here saying hello. I don't know.
You know what, Hayley? You and I and Summer and everybody else, we're just gonna get our popcorn. We're gonna sit down and we're just gonna watch this whole drama play out.
We are because you know what, Scott?
What?
People matter.
They do. This is the second week in a row. You know what? I'm leaning into it. I'm leaning in. We don't need another break to wrap it up. Let's wrap it up now.
Let's just say people matter and not do Summer's favorite part to wrap up. I don't know. What do you want to do?
Just quickly, the Sheinkop's. I mean, and Judith Levey. And I mean, are you kidding me with those two? What are we doing over here?
I think I have a couple crush on them. I want to be them. I have a couple crush on them. Like, I want to be them.
That is what a great point. You're right. First
awesome.
I meet Eric. I'm like, Eric is like the coolest dude ever. He's just so cool. You just want to be around
And then there's Judith, who is probably even cooler. Like,
I mean, absolute badass vibes. And that is the greatest compliment I could give.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm happy because what they're doing is so freaking hard.
It is hard. And the experience, because I can speak to it, having worked with their team twice now as an influencer. We need to trademark that somehow.
We do.
Listen, they are organized and professional. And this is like there's lighting, there's a camera crew, there's a makeup girl. Let me tell you, they come in like they know what they're doing, and it's great.
All right. And we are so happy to meet them because why? Because people matter, as Hayley has mentioned times again. Anyway, you're the best. Thanks for coming on. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. We do have a YouTube channel, Always Off Brand. We're up to 63 subscribers.
Hey.
And we miss Summer. We'll have her back next week.
Yeah, we'll get the full story. We need the lowdown on what's going on in the Jubilaire house.
The Jubilaires. All right. And bye-bye.
Toodaloo.
Hey there, this is Hayley from Quickfire, and they want me to read this so you know what this podcast is part of and how to find out more if you want. Always Off Brand is a production of Quickfire LLC and a part of the Learn and Laugh series on the Quickfire Podcast Network. For more information, go to quickfirenow.com. Have a good one, and thanks for listening.